upon a time, you used to put some money in your purse and go to the market and buy a bag full of groceries. Now you take a bag full of money, go to the market, and bring the groceries home in your purse.
This is the one message your company does not ever want you to hear. And this is a wake-up call for everybody who's interested in freedom.
Of the 1800s, many people back east wanted to hunt for gold, but fear of the risk outweighed the potential gains. It was well known that the hardships of searching for gold so far from the security of their homes led to many deaths and heartaches. You are on the brink of discovering a map of an opportunity for you. Your chance to find gold in the economy of today. But unlike earlier prospectors, today's opportunity affords you the ability to mine gold in your spare time without sacrificing your current security. Although exposure to the harsh environments has been reduced by modern technology, your adventure will still expose you to obstacles, though nothing like the prospectors encountered in Alaska. Your adventure will still expose you to hardships, but not the miserable winter conditions of those found in the Colorado Rockies. Gold rush prospectors of old left their families behind to search for their gold, but you don't have to. Gold rush fever led to traits like loneliness, selfishness, and greed. This opportunity will not expose you to these hazards, but you will still face adversity.
Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit.
There is gold in the distance, and you can see it from where you are. The problem is you cannot distinguish the gold. You need someone to reveal it to you. The person that loaned you this DVD has another piece of your map to gold.
You need a guide to lead you down the trail to the gold. Someone to guide you around hazards, point out slippery slopes, and tell you where you can safely traverse the raging rivers. A mentor that you can turn to ask if you are on the right trail. A person that will say, I think you would benefit by going down this route. There are some people that believe they can do it all by themselves, and some can, but most of us need help.
We can be whatever we feel. If we can dream it, we can make it real.
Thousands of people swarmed to the gold rushes of Alaska, California, and Colorado. All of them had one thing in common: difficulties. No matter where they came from, no matter their backgrounds, no matter their mode of transportation, they encountered problems that were foreign to them. problems like cutthroats and thieves and cheats and price gougers. If a person found gold, there were plenty of crooks nearby to take it away. So, keeping the gold until it was safely in a bank proved as much a challenge as discovering the vein itself.
In the late 1800s, there was a man that caught gold fever who went west to find the mother lode. He staked a claim and went to work with pick and shovel. After weeks of hard labor, he discovered the first X on his golden map, a chunk of gold, indicating the mother lode was nearby. He realized at once that he would need machinery to get the gold out of the earth. So he covered up the mine and he went back home to Maryland. There, he told his friends and relatives about his strike. He raised the capital he needed to buy the machinery. He went back to work at the mine with new vigor. The first carload of ore proved his stake to be one of the richest mines in Colorado. A few more carloads of the kind of gold he was extracting, and their business venture would at last be profitable. Their drills went to whirring, the excitement was high, but then something happened. The vein of gold ore failed to manifest. They drilled on, frantically looking for the rich vein. On and on they searched, but it was not to be found. So with their hopes dashed, their money gone, they had nothing to do but quit. They sold the machinery to a local junk man for a few $100s and went back home to Maryland. The junk man was an expert in junk, but knew nothing about mining. So he did what every intelligent person does. He contacted an expert. Together as a team, they went to investigate the mine's potential. The engineer's report came back. Due to the old owners being unfamiliar with the fault lines, they had quit too soon. His calculations revealed the vein was only 3 feet away from where the others had ceased to drill. That is exactly where it was found. The junk man's small investment amassed a large amount of wealth because he found someone to help him see potential where others fell short. If you want to be better off, then you need to stay with the person that loaned you this map to your gold mine.
No matter the difficulties of the gold rushes, there was one good thing to say about those who participated. That despite the problems they faced, at least they were willing to try. They were willing to take the risk. But engaging those risks by oneself without a team of knowledgeable, like-minded entrepreneurs can lead one to fall short of their goals. The man who found the strike needed the junk man. The junk man needed the engineer. And they all needed the location of the gold the first man had discovered. The secret to most failures of prospectors involved in the gold rushes lie in this: people only looking out for their own self-interest. But oh, how much greater their fortunes could have been if they had just worked together to mine and share the wealth available to them. The discoverer who found the gold map gave up, and therefore did not take part in all of the wealth that was mined by others. Now, let us go to our guest speaker, Bob Roundtree, as he talks about the importance of financial freedom.
People are tired of sacrificing their families on the altar of the faceless corporations they work for. Some time ago, I heard a man speak to over 1,000 businessmen here in our city. He was a decorated, retired military officer. Later, he went on to serve at a very high level of a large company. He was a man with everything, athletic, fit, but he spoke of himself as a pauper, begging to have the last 30 years of his life to live over again. He related to us about his 14-hour days and his incessant travel. He spoke of his numerous business accomplishments and the prices he'd paid for the successes he'd had. But when he spoke of his family, he started weeping uncontrollably. The years of neglect, the vacations they never spent, the ball games and the piano recitals he said that he missed, and all the other little things that were never done because of a job that demanded all the hours that he wanted back. A young friend of mine told me recently, "I'm only working half days now, 7 to 7. I first met Bill when he was about 23. He was just graduated from college, full of enthusiasm, ready to make his fortune. Now he's 31. He's married, 2 small children, working long hours with a shirt and tie on. As he says, I'm trying to get to a place I don't even want to go. I'm typical corporate America, he said. I feel like a rat on a treadmill. I don't even have time to look at my kids. I feel like I'm caught in a rundown between first and second base, and it's just a matter of time before I get tagged out. I know lots of single moms and single dads who feel the same way, the same kind of pressure. They got 2 jobs to support their growing kids and 1 car. And just when you think nothing else can possibly go wrong, you need a new clutch or something. You have to hope you can round up the money to pay for it by the time the work gets done. You got no time to yourself whatsoever, pressure every hour of the day. Drop your kids off in the morning in the arms of strangers. You pick them up in the afternoon and put them in the back seat like a bag of groceries. First steps go to other people. First words go to other people. Everybody flop into bed at night, dog-tired from shopping and cooking and homework and cleaning up. This is the way it is with a lot of people I know. And there are a lot of people out there that like to escape this way of life. A lot of people here, and we're living in the land of opportunity. They go to bed every night dripping with sweat. They dread their creditors. They lie awake with fear and uncertainty about their financial future. This is no way to live. These companies want to rent us out like a prom dress. They get as much out of us as they can for as little as they can, and then they get rid of us like a bad habit as soon as they can find somebody to do the work cheaper. They programmed us to believe that they'll give us security. But everybody knows that's a lie. And until we realize what we really want is freedom, then we'll always be disappointed when our jobs let us down. They don't give us the fulfillment or the pay or the flexibility that we deserve to have a shot at before we get too old to take a shot. Our companies pay us off with image and business cards and expensive desks they let us sit behind and fancy titles with their little table scraps of a paycheck and their so-called security. They pay their people just enough so they don't quit. And people work just hard enough so they don't get fired. That's no good. And we go very quickly from 25 to 35 to 45 to 55 and 65. And then after a lifetime of service, we're kicked off in the ditch like a bunch of corporate roadkill. And then we look in the mirror, our kids are all gone. We never even took the chance to be free, not even once. And then we say, what have I done? What has happened to me? This is the one message your company does not ever want you to hear. Your education, your breeding, your color, your social standing doesn't matter, your stature, anything else about you does not have anything to do with it, because this does not depend on your talent. It depends on your willingness to listen for a few minutes to the person who gave you this tape, to listen about a money-making system, a money system, and how it really works for people just like you. This is a message for whoever wants the chance of earning more money than you ever thought you'd earn, and doing it in 1/5 the time. How long are you going to tell yourself that you're just about to round the corner at your job? And I hope you do. But in the meantime, some of you right now are desperately trying to move from an apartment into a house so your kids are not going to be embarrassed when they bring their friends home from school. Or you'd like to go on a special vacation, or you want to plan for retirement, or you need to take care of your elderly parents. All of these things come from freedom. Well, America was founded on independence. But we've been taught that we must be dependent. We are depending on others to take care of us, but they're not going to do it. Dependence is the opposite of freedom. The freedom of not having to go to work unless you want to. The freedom to allocate your time like you want to. There's so much about time freedom and job freedom and money freedom we don't even know about because we never even knew it existed enough to miss it. But this is a chance to escape and to get out to the life that you really want, whatever that is. And this is a wake-up call for everybody who's interested in freedom. And it's the truth about how to get there. And this is a message of real freedom that you can take to the bank and you can cash. Now, yesterday, people got paid to bring their crops to market. And yesterday, people got paid to work in factories. And yesterday, people got paid to work their way up the corporate ladder, to be loyal to the corporation, or to retire with a nice pension. But that was yesterday. Yesterday's over. It's finished. This is not the American dream, Mom, Dad. This is a nightmare. And the kind of people that I want to talk to are sick of spending the best years of their lives as captives and watching all of what might have been happen to other people. I never knew you, Mom. That's what they say. Dad, I never knew you. And that is no good, Mom and Dad. Lots of men and women say on their deathbed, boy, I wish I spent more time with my family. but nobody ever said, I wish I spent more time at the office. This is a message for whoever wants to listen about getting out of the financial ditch. You can start right now if you want to. Pop off those chains that have bound you up all your financial life. If you're young, you're at a disadvantage because you don't know yet what it means to be enslaved by a job that robs you of who you really are. Ask around, and the sooner the better. If you need a financial change in your life, but you can't tear yourself away from Monday Night Football to do anything about it, or the soaps, if you'd be unwilling to work to get a real reward, then that's it. But most of you aren't lazy. You get up in the morning while it's still dark, you work long hours, you come home at night when it's dark. People, freedom has a very nice ring to it, and if you don't have it like you'd like to have it, then I'm telling you, you're close to getting it. The clock is ticking. For you, for me, and for everybody else. America was built by people who were willing to take risks, and I hope you're one of them. Find out for your family's sake just what a split-second call can do for you. Make that call today and make a new friend. Thanks for listening. You'll be glad you did.
The gold rushes of the 1800s. This was a time of great risk and great rewards. But those rewards were only for a very small minority of the total number of eager prospectors who came to find their dreams. Those who pursued the gold rushes fell into two categories: the desperate and get-rich-quick treasure hunters. Today, in the 21st century, the system that most emulates the gold rushes is gambling. Like the gold rushes, only a very small minority ever benefit from gambling or the lottery. If you truly want to get ahead, you cannot rely on luck. You have to formulate a plan and stick with it persistently. Fortunately for you, there is already a system today that has overcome the failures of the gold rush era. In every way, it is the answer to the problems that plague prospectors of the gold rushes. It is a proven system, and it's just waiting for you to take action to make your dreams a reality.
Where does the gold wait for you in today's economy? You could dig for gold on someone else's behalf, or you could mine your own gold by providing others with the goods they need. In the 1800s, there were actually many gold rushes, some in California and Alaska and a few other places. Many people went to seek their fortunes. Some worked hard to excavate dreams from reality, yet others let opportunities pass them by. But of the ones that found gold, the most successful people as a group were the merchants that provided the consumables to the miners. Where does the gold wait for you in today's economy? Today's gold lies in the same place, consumables. It was in the gold rush days that Levi's got their start. And just like the Energizer Bunny, they are still going, still creating passive income to their owners. Sam Walton saw how he could mine gold in the 1970s while providing consumables to the public workforce. You can earn the passive income you need by following a system that teaches you to mine gold from household gold.
America was built by people who were willing to take risks, and I hope you're one of them. Find out for your family's sake just what a split-second call can do for you. This is a message for whoever wants a chance of earning more money than you ever thought you'd earn, and doing it in 1/5 the time. And the kind of people that I want to talk to are sick of spending the best years of their lives as captives and watching all of what might have been happen to other people. Your social standing doesn't matter, your stature, anything else about you does not have anything to do with it, because this does not depend on your talent. It depends on your willingness to listen for a few minutes to the person who gave you this tape. to listen about a money-making system, a money system, and how it really works for people just like you.